All right, everyone, welcome to Wednesday night here on the IWM broadcast channel. We have got the IWM Cup Series here, and we are at Martinsville. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm Rick Sousa here in the booth with Noah Evans. And Noah, we got a race tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you that much. It's a track that some drivers love and some drivers dread. This is one of the toughest tracks on the schedule. And when we had the original playoff format, going into this race, you kind of dreaded it. If you were a playoff car, I have to do well here in order to make the championship four. But now that there's not that really importance around it, this is just another short track to these guys. But this is one of the tougher ones to figure out. It's flat. There's very little banking in the corners. It's so hard to figure out. I mean, it really does take years to master the paperclip at Martinsville. So it's going to be an exciting race tonight. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean and hopefully put on a good show for all you fans.
Absolutely. All right, so race info for tonight. Again, we've got 200 laps, a stage break at 66. We've got extra tires for them, which they're going to need more than fuel. Fuel window is pretty large. Currently we showed as 125. That's a little gracious, but it's still, they're going to use up very little per lap here getting around this track. The challenge here, though, Noah, is it's flat. It's basically two drag strips and a couple hairpins, but it's 108 degrees on track.
Yeah, and especially those concrete corners there, they're going to eat your tires up really bad. It may not look like it on TV, but I've stood in the banking at Martinsville. It is a little bit banked, so you can use that to your advantage. But going into tonight's race, these guys are really going to have to keep their aggression in check at this kind of racetrack. You can already see brakes glowing. We're still in practice, so these guys are really going to have to keep themselves and everybody else in their team in check as we go for one of the longer races this season.
Yeah, they've already been banging doors a bit here in practice. Based on what we're seeing here and what we believe the mileage is, we're thinking that they're going to get around, they can definitely do 100 laps for sure on a full tank of fuel. We'll change that in the graphic there. But that doesn't account for cautions, which unfortunately right. It's Martinsville, and that's what we're going to see here.
Yeah, there's no way these guys just to stop it with fuel. You're going to have to take tires, obviously, and I would assume these guys will just give a little top off to keep these cars running under caution. But hopefully we won't have a lot of cautions tonight, and this is going to be a fun one, I think.
Absolutely. All right, so with that, we've got qualifying starting in about 45 seconds. We will take a quick peek at let's cover our keys real quick.
All right, keys to tonight's race. Tire management, obviously, we talked about it earlier. Those concrete corners, it's going to eat your tires up. You cannot afford to be aggressive early on. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. So you're really going to have to stretch those tires out. You don't want to use all 5 sets within the first 150 laps. Braking zones, you can already see some brake rotors glowing here. You got to account for the guy in front of you, too. You can't just, dive into him and take him and a couple other cars out. You're going to have to be smart when you're going into the corners and even out of the corners. You're going to have to be smart with your braking zones. And last but certainly not least, drive defensively. You can't just give up spots here. If you give up spots at Martinsville, you're putting yourself in a worse and worse spot. So keep yourself in check. Keep the other drivers around you in check. If you're the leader, you can control the pace of this race pretty well.
All right, with that, I think we're about to go qualifying. All right, that's Andrew Pileshi first up.
Andrew Pileshi in the number 91 machine.
We should see some pretty quick times here. Not quite as quick as practice, but you buy yourself out in clean air. Should get some good times.
There's Pileshi looking to bounce back after a 16th place finish last weekend at Darlington at the Lady in Black, going from short track to short track. Two very different driving styles. We'll see what kind of time he can set here. First lap on the board, 19.2. Best lap in practice by anybody. I believe it was
Paleshi.
Paleshi, yeah.
And that's going to have to be his best lap because he spun on the second one.
Yeah. Correction, the fastest time for practice was a 19:07, and that was set by the one of Walker Thomas, who was last week's winner.
All right, Aiden Lucas just put up a good time, and there's Walker Thomas.
Top of the board.
Got the 08.
Yeah, Ryan Pittman in the 08 Z-Max Cars Tour machine for Southern E-Motorsports. I believe he is on their second team for SEM2.
Yep.
See what kind of time he gets set down. A usual short track driver. We'll see what kind of time he gets set. He's currently sitting 11th. We'll see if that second lap's any better. And he will go to 12th. So that is good enough. Fourth, actually. 19:172.
Fabulous time. Of course, Justin Lewis just laid out a smoking time of 19:04, which puts him at the top right now. And the second time by did not get any better, but still, heck of a time.
0.02 of a second faster than Thomas's practice time. Really good lap.
Notable there is Ty Bostic. He put down a 19.10. Great showing for that Southern E-Motorsports driver.
Already a very interesting looking top 5 we have going here. We haven't seen a lot of these guys up front in qualifying before.
So that being said, 25 drivers have qualified. A number of drivers are just happy to, we haven't seen them get out and qualify, and there's still a couple minutes left here. Wait, Jeremy Brown, he's getting out. Let's see if we can see Jeremy Brown on track. And Roberto Ramirez also getting out there.
In the 25 of Roberto Ramirez, he's going to be really hungry today. Had a runner-up finish at Darlington last week. Came all the way from 24th to come up and try to win that race. Couldn't put it together in the closing laps. Way up into the wall goes the 25 of Ramirez. Looks like his qualifying will be done. He's a little hotter on the collar. He wants to win.
Yep. A little, can't really run the wall here at Martinsville, that's for sure.
Not anymore, at least.
Fair.
Jeremy Brown, you're one of your faster guys in early practice, went second fastest. See what kind of time he can set down.
Oh, pretty good time. Moves himself up to 5th.
Fifth.
Okay, picking up Nathan Yarnell as qualifying is getting close to wrapping up. Very conservative run around that corner. Sometimes here at Martinsville, kind of slow is fast, you know?
Yeah, it's just about taking it easy. But you got to be taking care of your equipment here. This is just one of those racetracks that you can't afford to mess up early.
All right, qualifying is wrapping up here. We're about to get to our grid as soon as we have that official. And qualifying is done. So as soon as the drivers join us on track, we'll get you that grid. All right, time to start. Let's see where your favorite driver has wound up here. Take it away, Noah.
Starting on pole position, his first of the year, it's Justin Lewis. To his outside, the number 22 machine of Ty Bostic. Row number 2 is going to be Kyle Smalley and Walker Thomas, last week's winner. Row number 3 is going to be Jeremy Brown and Maxwell Caldwell. Row number 4, his best effort of the year, Ryan Pittman and J.R. Houston. Row number 5, Aiden Lucas and Matthew Wood, and that rounds out your top 10.
All right, on row 6, you got Jordan Weaver and Andrew Pileshi. Row 7 is Austin Call and Pete Tart, new driver here in the series. Michael Anthony is on the inside of row 8 with Garrett Johnson to the outside. Row 9, Sammy Harrell and Bud Shearer. And in row 10, you've got Jared Wishin and Cody Sturgill.
Row 11 is going to be Casey Herschel and Aiden Kirker. Row 12 is Maurice Burnett and Roberto Ramirez. Row 13 is Todd Merkel and Christoph Hall. Row 14, Nathan Yarnell and Marco Berube. Row 15 is Chuck Van Scoyk and Aaron Jackson. Row 16 is John Ledger and David Watts.
And that rounds up our field for tonight.
Good showing of cars.
Yep, 32 drivers here will be competing here at Martinsville.
And I'll tell you, if I'm one of those drivers, I'm dreading that 200 lap count there. This is a really long race. It's a short track, yes, but those 200 laps are going to crawl by for these guys. You're thinking about so much going into this race: fuel saving, tire management, your braking zones, everything. You are having to effectively multitask 5 different things while driving a almost 2-ton race car. That's hard to do, and these guys are ready to put that to the test. As we'll do our one parade lap and send these guys racing. I'm going to go racing here, actually. I didn't see that pace car pull off on my screen. Nope, there it is.
Yeah, one of the things that as a driver, we talked about all this stuff that you've got to have in your mind. But the other thing that has to be at the top of your thoughts is you have got to be consistent. It's such a short track. It's doing the same thing at the same time all the way around and having your head on a swivel. All right, we'll get to the current standings as this race goes on, and we'll cover that in a little bit. But right now, Justin Lewis is in charge of this start.
All right, here we go, getting ready to go through the restart zone here in Martinsville. We're going short track racing, Virginia style. Green flag out in the air. And let's go racing in Martinsville. Oh, contact already off the start. Big crash. Caution flag is out. Lap 1. And multiple cars up in turn 1. It looks like Pileshi and Houston collected in that one. Well,
we didn't even get a lap in.
No, we knew it was going to happen, just didn't know when. I had to go back and see what happened there. You saw it on the start. You saw guys dug to the bottom. All right, so let's take a look here. So you already see they're stacking up here in the back. I believe that's the 11 of Call gets into the back of, I believe that's the 46.
Plus on the outside, the 94, and then you get where we're focusing on here is the 91 of Pileshi.
Oh, yeah. You can see him blinking already. Yep.
Well, that's where it started right there. The 20 and the 34 get together.
Let's see if we can go back there, because I didn't see that contact early on, and then Pileshi just gets, unfortunately, innocent bystander. I couldn't tell if the 16 pushed the 20. I wasn't too sure. See if we can go back and find that.
Yep. The 20 is the J.R. Houston car.
Okay, it looks like he may have just spun the wheels.
Yeah, and that's the other thing we need to kind of think about here is that this is the new package. There's 100 more horsepower, and the wheel spin happens especially right there. That's what happened. There. Yep, wheel spin. You think it's going to happen out of first or second gear, but going from second to third, major wheel spin issues. And that's what racked up the 91. Darn it.
Yeah, really unfortunate there.
Well, they're going to have to figure this out because with the additional horsepower under the hood, it's going to certainly make for for that kind of incident to happen.
So pace car lights are off. It'll be Justin Lewis. We'll re-rack him like nothing ever happened. Try to go for the actual start of the Cookout 200. Go racing Virginia style one more time. Let's get this green flag back up and running. Didn't even make it to turn 1 last time. Let's do this the right way. Off of turn 4. And Justin Lewis will lead us to green for the Cookout 200 at Martinsville. He got off clean.
So far. Looking back to the field, lots of 2x2 racing here. Again, this is what we talked about, the braking zones as they're entering into these corners. It's super easy to get into the back of another driver. You got to be super careful.
Yep.
Right there, the 94.
Oh, 94 Caldwell. Oh, okay, yes he did. Wow.
Caution came out, but...
oh, car in the wall in turn 1, I believe. Yep, there was a car up there. I just could not see who it was.
Possibly Maurice Burnett.
Yeah, there was a couple cars spinning, it looked like. The 49, possibly?
Let's see if our replay can see
Herschel.
it. We're looking at right now the 8 of Maurice Burnett to see if he was involved in this. May not have been, but that's the only. Yep, it was him. Well, that's a hard wreck in the 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a little bit more to it than just that.
Number of drivers on pit road: Aiden Lucas, Aaron Jackson, Chuck Van Scoik, John Ledger, all on pit road at the moment.
A lot of cars taking damage there, and so far have not made it back around yet. We're still working on that part.
And that's one of the hard things. You're thinking, well, it's just a half-mile short track. Geez, how much damage can you do? Yeah, you can do a lot. If you're especially at the end of one of those straightaways and get turned into a wall, whether that's the outside or the inside, your day can be done quickly.
Well, that's the issue too. There's very little room for error here and room for mercy, because if you get spun in those corners, like you were saying, that wall's right there. You can barely fit 3 cars here. So you really have just got to be on your P's and Q's, watching where the guy behind you is, who's in front of you with lap traffic. So already we have a couple cars taking pretty significant damage here. That was a big hit for the 8 machine. Take a look at your standings here. There's Kyle Smalley up in front. One of our winners from a couple weeks ago, so he'll be the point man. Pileshi, you saw him have hard luck earlier. He's trying to catch the one of Smalley. Unfortunately, he is still 30 points behind, so Smalley still has a pretty good gap here. Walker Thomas, there's last week's winner in the 1 machine, 47 points back. You have Aiden Lucas and Maxwell Caldwell rounding out your top 5. And I'll tell you, only 5 points. That's a lot to make up, but Smalley has done everything right so far.
All right, about to go back to green flag racing here at Martinsville. Again, Justin Lewis in charge of this restart.
And here we go.
Watching back through the field, looking good so far.
Let's see. I got caught up in the wall, so 94 of Caldwell. He'll regather himself, get back up. And Justin Lewis will officially kick off the start. And we are green flag racing.
Someone is blinking back there as well. I think it's Jordan Weaver. He's seen issues with him in the past.
Yep. Up in the wall.
Yeah, someone's riding in pretty high on the wall. I think that's Bud. That was the 5th. Was it? Yeah, the 93. I think that was Bud Shearer right there, riding a little high there on that line. See Aiden Lucas, he was I think he wound up in the back.
Oh. Here's smoke. See smoke. Let's see. Nothing happened. All right, we're still green. See if we can get an onboard there with the number 7 of Lewis. I'm hearing something that not a lot of drivers are doing on that number 7 machine. Watch the gear count in the bottom right of your screen, right below the speedometer. So down to 3rd, up to 4th. So not using 5th gear, which is very interesting. Usually you'll see guys use pretty much every gear they can, but he's only going up to 4th.
Yeah, I think he's hitting pretty much he's just about to hit the rev limiter right there but he's able to back right down. It's time to get back on the brakes and use the engine to kind of slow the car down as he enters into the corner.
When you hit that limiter, when you hit that limiter, that car's not gaining any more speed. It's just kind of holding its place there with the engine. So really smart strategy there by Lewis. However, get your engine pretty hot. Caution flag out on the speedway. 3rd caution of the day on lap 18. Got a couple laps in there.
Looks like it's the 11 of Austin Call going around.
He was getting himself back situated there.
Yeah, unfortunately he's stuck with onboard traffic, so he's kind of that makes it hard.
Yeah, see if we can go back and see what happened here.
Let's see what we got here.
On my end, it looks like he just locked the brakes up. Let's see here. Look at all.
Oh, he's locked.
Yep, look. Yeah, he's locked up, not turning.
Then maybe he gets a.
Yeah, looks like he hit yard. Nope.
Looks like
I don't know if he hit anybody.
Well, he didn't hit anybody. I think he got a little bit of help from the 34 from behind.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Call there. Yeah, barely. May have been net code possibly. He had above view of that because it's just, yeah, he's like really close right there. Let's see if he gets any contact from the 34 behind him.
Right there.
Yeah, right, yep. Yeah, I mean, that 34 really did all he could to keep out of him there.
Yep.
And unfortunately went around.
Well, the good news is Andrew Pileshi just is your lucky dog.
And he needs that bad. It was really unfortunate that happened on the start. He's 2nd in points. He needs those.
Yeah, he should get his lap back. At least we think he's lucky dog. He hasn't made it around to pick it up. Maybe he was involved or was not qualified. We thought he was. But showing he's still the lucky dog candidate. But once they extend this caution, he's not going to get it back. Nope. We're all good. We're going racing right now.
Still green. Back to green at the paperclip, and Lewis still leading us here. Not by a whole lot, though. Smalley, who is your current points leader, did not have the week he wanted at Martinsville last week, at Darlington last week. Got wrecked out later on into the race. I mean, pretty much had it, led 94 laps.
Yep.
Started to fall off there, couldn't get the tires managed, was involved in an incident with a couple lap cars. He's got a chance to redeem himself and keep growing that gap as we head to the chase.
The battle here, you saw that as you look back through the field, this is side-by-side action. Johnson and Kirker, I think, right there. Kirker to the outside. The 15 is Garrett Johnson there to the inside. They are right on the tail of the 43 of Sammy Harrell. Again, we talked earlier about braking zones. You got to be super careful. You're locked in a door-to-door battle, and you be careful of the guy in front of you.
One driver I think it'd be worth to take a look at right now going back into the field is Pete Tart. Started in 14th. He's now up to 7th, and he's currently passing your outside pole sitter, Ty Bostic, at the moment. Grabbed a couple spots a few laps ago. Keep an eye on that 67 machine as the race goes on. He is really trying to get his way up to the front here.
Yeah, doing the same thing. 3rd and 4th is the way to go here. Pete Tart is no rookie here. I mean, rookie yet in the league, but he's got a 55-43 I rating and a high.
Oh, on the front straightaways, Justin Lewis going around. Caution flag is out. Your leader has spun.
We got to take a look at that.
Wow.
Got Smalley. It's Walker Thomas to the outside, the 51.
That is Smalley in the 51, I think. Yeah. So let's see. Lewis gets off the corner. Oh, just hit the curb.
Yep. Self-inflicted injury there.
I did not think that'd be something we'd have to discuss, is the curbs at Martinsville, but they first victim tonight. It's a leader.
Wow. So if you're not familiar with the curbs at Martinsville, it is just like if you walked outside to the street and the gutter that's right there. These are wide and tall curbs that protect that. You see that yellow area there, that no man's land there, and that is a large curb that is about, in reality, nearly 6 inches tall. And it'll absolutely just toast you. Well, guess who's at the front? The man, the myth, the legend.
Yep. He's got a really good chance. I mean, he's got a chance to win this one. Obviously, he's had a chance to win pretty much every race here.
So Paleschi is coming off pit road. Right now he is the lucky dog unless he gets lapped in the pits again. Nope, he gets his lap back. So Andy Paleschi unlaps himself. Thank you for that caution by your leader. That does put Justin Lewis all the way back in 27th position.
He's got a long way to go.
He does. All right, lights are off on the pace cars. These guys begin to get racked and stacked all over again. This will be Kyle Smalley with Walker Thomas, both balls out racing teammates here. 1 and 2.
I'll tell you one thing. It's like it. They just both like they've been all competitive team. He'll come back to the start zone.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit there, Noah.
See if we can get us back going here.
All right, Kyle Smalley holds on to the lead. Matthew Wood now moves in under the one car of Walker Thomas to take over second, and the caution flies again, this time for Justin Lewis again.
Yeah, take a look there at Thomas. He's got really lucky that caution came out there. He got stuck in a place he did not want to be, and that was the outside line, but caution flag out once again. Let's see what happened here.
Back in traffic, got the two of Merkel in front. He is on that curb again.
Yeah, I mean, he was just about as close. Oh, he hit the wall, and then he just get in there. He did get in there too hot.
Oh, and more contact. Unfortunately, 8 of Maurice Burnett also got a piece of him.
Yeah, he has hit Maurice Burnett. Unfortunately, he's just had terrible luck tonight. Been involved in a couple incidents so far. One driver who's not giving up is the 67 Atari. I believe he restarted 7th, found his way up to 4th.
Yep, Pete Tart finds himself up there in clean air, relatively. He is part of a new team that's just forming. It's Elite Motorsports 2 with Aiden Kirker. So they're both doing pretty well, all both in the top 10. All right, so Kyle Smalley finds himself back up in front. But this time he'll have Matthew Wood to his outside when we go back to get this race underway. We'll get some telemetry now. New feature tonight is we've got a little telemetry here from the second place 21 car of Matthew Wood.
You can see there, these guys start with 3/4 full tanks. I mean, he's barely used anything. Back to green. Smalley finds himself exactly where he wants to be, and that's in that lead spot. Tart clears himself of the one of Thomas. Now it is a 3-car, making a 4-car breakaway now, as Jordan Weaver's trying to get a piece of the pie here.
Oh, the 21 Matt Wood went in there super hot, locked up the brake. You saw some tire smoke coming off as he smoked that left front, heavy braking. There aren't a lot of true passing zones on this track. You almost have to kind of make it work or wait for your guy in front of you to make a mistake.
You can see two very different approaches to the corners here between Wood and Smalley. Smalley taking a much more diamonding approach to the corner, kind of staying off that inside line, but Matthew Wood, he's just attacking the bottom of this racetrack here. You can see the difference in these two drivers. So just look at how close the 16 is getting to those inside curbs there. He is really trying to get that car down there. It's the shortest way around this racetrack. It may not be the fastest, but so far he's been catching that 51 these last couple of laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's try to see if we got some more telemetry here. So right there tells a good tape. That last time by, leader was a 19.448. He was a 19.391.
Oh, there we go. Wood side goes Wood. Gets the 51. Settle Smalley goes up the racetrack. Here comes Matthew Wood.
Matthew
So it
Wood
is faster.
Yeah, he is definitely faster. See him run that we're calling him a 21, but he's actually running a Biffle throwback paint scheme there.
That gives Smalley a little bit of breathing room now, some time to readjust, and figure out how he's going to hold off this 16. Now, if you're Smalley, you could hold on to the lead and defend it, or you could let the 16 burn his tires up too early by trying to get by you. It looks like the 16 is taking the Smalley approach now on his line.
Oh.
Guess he changed his paint scheme mid-race.
Yeah, well, apparently the paint scheme's just updated.
Yep. Oh, caution.
Caution's out. Caution's out. I have no idea what.
Front straightaway is what it looks like. They got one heck of a rap team, I'll tell you that much, coming out here and doing that already. That was fast. So it looks like it was Paleshi and Yarnell off turn 4. See if we can go back and look, and it's just has not been the day for Andrew Paleshi.
We're watching the 55 of Yarnell. There's a 91 coming up behind him. So he tries to get under him. And there's the contact. No real damage there, but a little bit of contact there. I think that they race control may throw that on Paleshi, and he may get an EOL.
Quite possible.
All right, we'll see how this all goes. I know there's a number of drivers in the pits. About half the field has made their way down onto pit road. But
Some
about
fuel, some tires.
Yeah, about the other half of the field though is still staying out. Now we've got a stage break coming up in about 16 laps. Now, if we go back to those results, you're going to point out, you see Kyle Smalley and stage points. 37 stage points in the past races.
That's the most out of anybody.
Yep.
It's a lot, and to have that for Smalley, that's a really good gap, and it also kind of works as a tiebreaker if it does come down to it. The second place points leader way back in the field. He's had trouble today. He's back in 20th. The only driver you're having to worry about now is really Walker Thomas.
So again, that stage break coming up in just 15 laps. Matthew Wood to the outside. As this field tightens up, pace car is off. Entering that restart zone, and here we go. Back to green flag racing at Martinsville. Again, 15 laps go by in a heartbeat here at Martinsville. They stay green.
Yep, look at Wood just attacking the bumper of the 51 machine there. He is really trying to get to that. Oh, caution flag is out. Big wreck up in turn 1. Car still going around. My, oh my.
94-17. 94 is Maxwell. Jared Wishon is the 17. Both of those guys involved.
Wrecking on the front straightaway, too. Garrett Johnston goes around. It has not been the day for the 94 Caldwell.
Yep, he's seen better events here, but he finds himself now at the back of the field.
We're going to take a look at what happened here.
You know, side-by-side racing, lots of cars right there as they're working through on this backstretch. So, started with the 46, and that pinched him up.
How did that even happen? I don't know how the 08 didn't come out with a scratch from that either.
I think the 98, the 46, that's Weaver. He may have caught that curb.
Yeah, he went way down to the bottom. I mean, that's about as low as you can get. Let's see. Oh, just lost it.
Yep.
Look back, take a look at the 15 of Johnston. The 08 locks up, gets almost into the 22, and somehow comes out of that straight. I don't know how. Those guys in the back kept it. Obviously, Johnston spun later on. Let's see what happened on the front straightaway. Yeah, as you can see, there's Johnston. Looks like he may have just got in the marbles. Yep, just got on the apron there.
And now that part of the track is, I think it's covered in marbles.
Oh, it's going to be everywhere. But someone we did see climbing his way back up through the field, Justin Lewis back up to 10th.
Yep, the 7 car finds himself on this restart in 10th. He'll be to the outside, I think, of Garrett Johnston.
Your biggest mover so far this race, it is Aiden Kirker in the 39 machine. He is all the way up from 22nd. Your biggest loser so far in tonight's race, positions-wise, is the 46 of Jeremy Brown. He started in 5th. He's now down to 31st after network issues. Back to green. Keep rolling. Smalley after the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Good start. Yeah, 21 tries to catch him and take a position away. We've got just 10 laps to go in the stage.
Wood's he's not giving this up. He's continuing to press that issue. You can pretty much run these tires out now. I'd say just go for it. You got the tires to last you to the end of this race. You have enough sets. Why not just go for it? There's only 10 laps to go in the stage. You got a guaranteed caution. Almost locks it up there. Goes to the outside. Will get the switch back off. No, he can't.
Absolutely aggressively approach, trying to get in front of Smalley, do something, make something happen. But you got to get around clean. If not, that caution will fly and you'll wind up in the back of the field. Race control is not playing tonight. And with that, caution does come out. Nathan Yarnell is involved.
Oh boy.
And the 94 again of Maxwell Caldwell. I think that's the second time we've seen those two guys. And that's right in front of the 91 of Paleshi.
Yeah, let's go back and see what happened here. All right, let's take a look. Oh. Well.
Just a little bit of a bumping and grinding here.
Let's see, that looks a little bit interesting there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quite know what happened. There's a 15 sliding in. He wanted a piece of the party.
He's had a lot of party time tonight.
It has not been the night for Caldwell, the 15 of Johnston. This top 10 certainly has changed a lot since the start of this race. So far, I believe inside the top 10, only 5 cars were originally inside of that. So the only cars really left in the top 10 who started there. Smalley started in 3rd. Thomas started in 4th. He stayed there the whole race. Bostic started in 2nd. Lewis was on pole. And Bostic and Pittman started in 7th. So there really has been a lot of guys from the back leading this race now. Wood obviously was in 10th when he started. Tart's up from 14th. So a lot of new faces up inside the top 10 after pit cycle.
Aiden Kirker is up to 22.
Yep.
Well, he's up 17 positions, so he's back in 22nd position on the start. Cody Sturgill, great showing for Cody in the 64. He's currently showing in 6th. He was back in 20th on the start. A couple guys slid down, Bostic and Pittman, but they're still inside the top 10 with Roberto Ramirez. He is up 14 spots in 10th.
Really good job by these guys.
Let's hope we can stay green up through the caution. We'll see how that plays out for the stage. So you do see the cars weaving back and forth, trying to scrub off some of those marbles that here, even on iRacing now, that rubber debris will stick to your tires.
Yep. The restart zone, we're back to green. Good jump for Smalley there, exactly what he needed for the defense. Let's see if Wood can get down there. Can't quite clear the 16, he's got it. Wood back to 2nd.
Back to 2nd, but see the one of Walker Thomas trying to advance on the outside, gets around Aiden Kirker.
He's still going to go on the outside.
2 laps to go.
Maybe caution here. Let's see if it is. Got one more to go here. In stage 1, look at Wood, almost there.
Caution flag
is out. And that is the 11 of call going around.
All right, so we'll leave it up to the admins because they will have to let us know who winds up in for stage points.
Stage 1 is ending early due to the caution. Let's see if we got to look at what happened. A call looks like he fell victim to the curbing again. Had a little bit of help.
He's right here. He's kind of in the high line. Got the 43 of Sammy Harrell coming up behind him. He's not running on the curb. Catches it a little bit there. Yeah, I think that was another self-inflicted injury. No contact with the 43. Just a little bit of curb action. All right, we should see. Well, I thought we'd see everybody on pit road, but Smalley, Walker Thomas, Aiden Kirker, Jordan Weaver all stayed out, as did Todd Merkel. Those 3 guys have not come in. The stage has been awarded. Your winner of the stage and stage points is Kyle Smalley. He'll get those 10 points. Matthew David Wood will get 2. Get second. Pete Tart will get 3rd. Walker Thomas 4th. Aiden Kirker 5th. Cody Sturgill in 6th. Jordan Weaver is in 7th. Roberto Ramirez gets 8th. Ty Bosick hangs on to get 9th, and as does Ryan Pittman, gets the stage points in 10th.
Good run for those guys, and like you were talking about with the pit cycle earlier, a lot of guys pitted there right before that. So now it really is just up to you how you feel on your tires.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of green flag runs, so you've got pretty decent tires still. I don't know how accurate our telemetry is with, again, we said about, well, that may be pretty accurate there, thinking about it. But that telemetry is based off running at regular speed and not factoring in all these cautions. So if they had run 70 laps flat out, yeah, they would absolutely have a third of a tank left. But with all these cautions, they probably have closer to a half a tank.
The green here at the Cookout 200. Good jump for Smalley there on the outside. Blew the doors off of Walker Thomas on the inside. Weaver right behind them, but here's Aiden Kirker's opportunity to grab a top 3 spot and try to hold it with 130 laps to go.
Jordan Weaver to the outside. He slips back a bit as Aiden Lucas, he's been at the back of the pack. He started.
And he goes up the track.
Yep, that's Aiden Lucas.
Car spinning in the back there. We'll see if that'll bring out a caution. Yes, it will. Big wreck in the back.
Bud Shearer goes around. See Cody Sturgill going around the 64. John Ledger, Van Scoik, Berube, and Cody Sturgill all involved in some way in the back. Let's see what happened to Bud.
It looks like it started with Sturgill. Yeah, it looks like it started with the 64 of Sturgill.
So he goes
Let's take a look here.
So he goes in pretty hot.
Yeah, it gets in the back of the 20 there, and then
wait, it looks like he had
there's Tart.
I think he had a little help from the 64.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Little help from the 64 there for sure. Sends him around. Then there's a stack up behind. All right, number of drivers in the pits now. Ledger, Berube, Jackson, Call, Bud Shearer, Jared Wishon, Van Scoik, and Yarnell. All drivers who were either involved or the tail end of that event. Now what?
It's nice so far.
Yeah. If you're watching, you're realizing that on these short tracks, that the guy in charge of the restart definitely has an advantage on the restart. It's clear.
Yep. Yeah, and that outside line too, and that's what we've seen out of Smalley a lot as well. He's really good starting on the outside starting on the outside on row 1. He just gets that jump. He can time it so perfectly. And that really is what Smalley has to wake up and do if he wants to even have a chance at holding on to this lead here. We'll see if he can hold on to it, but he has to get a really good start. Let's get ready to go back to green here, courtesy of Smart and Thomas, and we'll take one more go around. Telemetry catching up. Smalley looks like he has the fastest lap right now.
Yep, so yeah, 19-18, great lap. Well, these two teammates are at front, Smalley and Thomas. You got Jordan Weaver, also a teammate, so it's really a balls out front row with a little bit of help from behind.
It's a great look at the jump Smalley got there, and that is exactly what he needed to do there. We'll see if we can make it through turn 1. It's like we will so far. Caution flag out again. I don't know if telemetry's adjusted yet or not. I'm still seeing that yellow border around the... Don't think we're under a caution. No, it looks like we'll be green.
Yeah, looks like we're a little bit hung up here.
We all are still green. That's what matters. So it is Smalley, the man up in front. Thomas, Kirker, Justin Lewis has found his way back up to 4th after spinning from the lead. And behind him is Jordan Weaver. Paleshi's found his way up to 6th as well. What a run for those guys. That's been a lot of work.
Looks like telemetry's catching up a little bit.
There we go.
Oh, caution does fly again.
There we go.
It's like Pete Tart involved.
Oh, man.
Pete Tart, Casey Herschel. Let's go back and see what happened. Watching that purple 67. There's a little bit of contact with Matthew Wood in the 49.
Oh.
And then the 49 is right there. That's Herschel.
Yeah, it's a case of not clear.
That's unfortunate.
That's a good run for Tart he was having, too. He'll go to the back of this field. So I think that was our 11th caution. We are almost to lap 100. Looks like we'll see Tart come down pit road alongside Berube. A lot of cars on pit road, actually.
Yep, Austin Call, Sammy Harrell, Bud Shearer, Casey Herschel, Roberto Ramirez, Pete Tart, Merkel, Van Skyke, David Watts, all on pit road. No retirees tonight, the full 32-car field. A number of drivers we're watching have not pitted as of yet. That's Kyle Smalley, Walker Thomas, Aiden Kirker. We're almost to the halfway point here of the Cookout 200 here at Martinsville in the IWM Cup Series. It is our 11th caution so far, but we expected it. We broadcast this race last week. We had 26 cautions with another league, and you know, this race, this league tends to run pretty close, maybe a few less here or there, but you know, I'm not surprised.
It's one of those racetracks.
It is. It is.
Unfortunately, but it still puts on some great racing. We've seen a couple good moments here and there.
So David Watts gets the wave around. He'll make up a lap. And that will put him on the tail end of the lead lap. A couple drivers laps down. That is Burnett in the 8, and Jeremy Brown. He's down 6 laps. Casey Herschel will wind up in the lucky dog next time by as pace car drops off. We're about to go back to green.
He gets a good jump there. And let's see if Lewis can retake this lead. He's been one of the better cars all day. He's fought his way back up. He's now in the 2nd position.
And he was actually in the pits at lap 60, so he's got much fresher tires than these guys.
Really easing it into turn 1 there. You can see how much Thomas catches up, but off the corner, he loses a little bit there. It looks like Smalley tapped the wall off of exit. A little bit of a bobble there for Lewis. Caution flags out. Looks like I see 23 Van Scoik going around.
Van Scoik and Berube both involved there. That's the 99 and the 23. '23 down low, 99 up high.
Way up high. And not clear. I don't think the 99 moved at all. See if we can get a better view. Not from the fence. There we go. All right, so let's take a look here.
99 does come down, crosses that
right
seam,
there. So he's down.
but the 23 just kind of continues to come up.
You can see the 99's holding it there. I think it's just 2 guys going for the same spot.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
And Ledger barely getting by that.
All right, Casey Herschel gets his lucky dog, gets a lap back. And now Andrew Palesci finds himself behind the new leader. And that's going to be the 7 of Justin Lewis. Why? Well, guess who wound up going to the pits? Kyle Smalley, Aiden Kirker, Walker Thomas, Jordan Weaver, all wound up in the pits, and they're now back in 20th.
Yeah, and I think it was just a matter of time before Smalley got in there. He was very evidently losing time there. Definitely looked like the slower car in the lead, so he needs those tires, and what better time to take it than now? I mean, a lot of these guys have gained positions because of these cautions.
Yep, he's going to find himself, though, in a lot of traffic on this restart.
Long way to go.
Well, with that, Justin Lewis got the 91 of Pileshi to his inside. Entering the restart zone, and here we go. Back to green flag racing at Martinsville.
Good jump for Lewis, exactly what he needed to do. To both of these guys in the front two have had trouble today. They find themselves 1 and 2. Justin Lewis from the back to the front. Caution flags out.
54 of David Watts involved.
It looks like he just has some net code with the 20 machine.
Well,
yeah,
drifted up a little bit, and then got a little bit of help from the 39.
Yeah, if you can, from what I saw in the above view, it didn't, like, obviously they touched, but it just didn't look like it was car-to-car contact. It looked like it was just some net code between the two. See here. Yeah, it looks like just some net code there. By just barely.
Yep, and that was enough to slow him up and then wound up with real trouble. All right. Well, we'll get to start and do this all over again. Up at the front. Jeremy Brown gets another wave around. He's now only 5 laps down, but hey, you know, with the cautions, guys, the caution count continues. If you're laps down on a, you can make up a lot of laps.
You can get it back pretty quickly here. This is one of those tracks, so I have no doubt in my mind that any of these guys will be able to get their laps back. Now with these cautions, if you were the first car lap down, it happens pretty quickly.
So we'll be off next week here in this series, just like NASCAR's off this weekend for Easter. But we will run the on Thursday night. We will have the Bristol event, and on our Thursday night series of the INRS Racing Series, we'll be at Bristol for the Food City 250. That should be a blast. And then the following week, we'll be back live with the IWM Cup Series.
Back to green, courtesy of Justin Lewis. And that 7 car trying to find his way to victory lane for the first time since 2024 or 25 when he was an All-Star at Wilkesboro.
Got the 34 of Aiden Lucas, who's made his way back up to the front on the outside of 34. He's got Andrew Pileshi to his inside.
It is a hornet's nest behind Justin Lewis of guys fighting for positions. But what a run for Aiden Lucas, who is, I believe, 5th in points right now. He's done a great job today. He's been from the back to the front, all the way to the back again. He's now in 2nd, but don't look too far back because Kyle Smalley is looking for his way back up.
Yeah, he's currently sitting 4th now, slightly better. A couple guys up high, back mid-pack. Smoking time by Aiden Lucas.
Double.
That's the fastest time of 19.12. See Bud Shearer, the 20 car of J.R. Houston, takes the curb and the sidewalk there and gets his way around.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, looks like just overcooked the corner and kind of had a moment of panic between him and the. Yeah, there's the 39 going around. Don't quite know how the. Or watch the 39 here.
Oh yeah, 30.
Okay. Well, he just goes around, makes contact with the 93.
That's Bud Shearer.
I don't know how the 39 came out of that straight.
Yep, that's pretty amazing. Let's try to go find the 39 here. I need some hot buttons to find these cars. That's Aiden Kirker.
Yeah, Kirker basically did a full 360 and. All right, so watch the 39.
That's Jordan Weaver behind.
Maybe a lap before. Yep. So there's initial contact there. I think that may have been the last. Yeah, that was the last caution.
Let's try to find this latest.
All right, so here it is right here. Take a look at the 39 of Kirker. So that's Bostic on the outside. I don't think contact was made. I think the 39 just kind of weaved and bobbed there.
Yep.
There's contact with his left front. Somehow keeps it rolling. And unfortunately, Shearer got the worst of that. What a save there by the 39. Keep that car going. Wow. 14 cautions later, we are at lap 106 and caution number 14.
Justin Lewis is up at the front on this restart. Back underway, jumps out front. Good jump by him. Maxwell Caldwell has his hands full. He's got Andrew Pileshi to his inside, 94 resurfacing and finding his way back up to the front. He's had a challenge today on this track.
Yep. And Kyle Smalley.
Matthew Wood.
Yeah, Smalley stuck back in traffic there. Let's take a look at how much pressure that 21's currently under right now. Got a mirror full of the 91 of Pileshi. So you can see there, up to fourth. Taps the limiter, right back down to third. Nobody utilizing fifth gear here today. Whoa, big loose there. I believe that is the 94 of Caldwell.
Yep, and that puts Matthew Wood under him, trying to take away that spot, but 94 is trying to fight back. It's hard, but he's going to lose that spot, potentially, to the 21.
Yeah, Caldwell, a lot of damage on that 94 machine, really struggling with some rear-end grip. You can see the spoiler all messed up on the 94.
Caution flies again.
Caution flags out. Like it's the 38 of, excuse me, the 98. Good racing die-cast machine, Christoph Hall. Yeah, it just looks like the 23 Van Scoit got up to him.
Those are teammates.
Yep. So it kind of happened pretty fast here. Let's take a look. So there's the 98 on the outside of Merkel. Gets the run. You can see he kind of bobbles right there. Yeah, he just bobbles, and the 23 is coming up on him so fast.
Yeah.
There's really nothing he could have done there.
Nope, no place to go. All right, number of drivers found their way onto pit road. Wishin, Call, Van Scoik, Bud Shearer, Yarnell, Casey Herschel, Christoph Hall, who was just involved in that incident. But hey, up to now 12th is Kyle Smalley as he tries to chip his way back through. And also Walker Thomas is in 10th. Aiden Kirker is in 9th. Well, pretty good run that was happening there on the that last time by before this caution came out. But, you know, laps are chipping away here, Noah.
We're getting there. On lap 114, now officially past the halfway point, so it pretty much is all ready to go through here. So here's our race dates. Next week we are off, obviously. Then we go to Bristol, and then the Advent Health 200, the Jack Links 250, and the Worth 200. And then obviously go bowling at the Glen, ready for that one. And the All-Star race is at Dover this year, I believe.
That is correct. So Advent Health will be at Kansas Speedway. That's 1.5 miles. That Jack Links 250, that is at Talladega. And then the Worth 200, that is at Texas Motor Speedway, another 1.5 miles. These cars are a lot of fun at the 1.5 miles.
Gonna have some fun, that's for sure. All right, let's get this show on the road. Lewis and Wood on the outside, back to green. Not the best jump for Lewis, but he gets it. He'll stick to the lead. Caldwell up to the inside of Matthew Wood, and Wood will take the spot.
Well, she's got his hand still. Caution flies again. Big wreck at the back. Berube and the 8 of...
Oh, man. Burnett, I believe.
Yep, Burnett is well involved. This is like they tangled up at the back.
Yeah, it has not been the night that Burnett has won it, nor has it been the night that Berube's had, or has won it either.
See Maurice Burnett just underneath the 99 of Berube. They're nearly 3 wide here going in the corner. See, Bud Shearer actually winds up on the curb, blinking, and then Maurice Burnett, victim of circumstance. A number of guys just kind of got through, luckily, clearly. Big enough gap there to drive through, but... All right, 16th caution of the night, lap 119. Just about 80 laps to go. All right, we thank you tonight for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech for Troops Cup Series. Tech for Troops. The IWM Cup Series. I knew at some point I'd make that mistake.
Yep.
We reached you. We appreciate you tuning in, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date. Again, we are showing typically on a normal week, we will give you 2 races, one on Wednesdays and one on Thursdays. Occasionally, especially in the off season, another race sprinkled in. Both of our series run the full NASCAR Cup Series schedule, but they do it and they alternate. So on Thursday night, you'll get the upcoming race, and then on Wednesday, you'll have the recap of that race. So never the same race on the same week. And if you ask, was that by design? Yes. Yes, it was.
Yep.
Appreciate those of you who are in the YouTube chat and watching on YouTube Live tonight. And look forward to those who will appreciate those who watch us on the replay.
All right, let's get ready to have some fun here. Justin Lewis and Matthew Wood. Row number 1 hasn't changed his last couple of laps. About 80 laps to go here. And let's go back to green.
Yeah, 21 of Matthew Wood kind of hung back a little bit there.
Yeah.
Just letting the 7 figure out where he wants to go and when.
That hesitation might have helped him a little bit.
I don't think it's bad. Caution flies again, though. I think this is Nathan Yarnell.
Yarnell.
There's some major damage to that 55, but he continues.
Like him and looks like him and Austin Call got together there.
Definitely not been Austin Call's night.
Fortunately, it has not been.
Just a little bit of a contact with the 11. Oh, unfortunately, gets the John Ledger had no place to go, so he's got a little bit of front end damage, I think, on the 19. So. All right. Well, chipping away, Noah. Chipping away. It's all I can say.
Getting there.
Getting there.
At the end of this race, hopefully before 11 o'clock, which I think should happen. Hopefully.
Yep.
Most people got work in the morning, including me.
All right. Well, Justin Lewis is in the catbird seat on this restart. The 55 will get a wave around at some point. Join the field at the end. And there we go. Nathan Yarnell gets the wave around. As Matthew Wood takes his position to the outside. You'll have the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell behind Justin Lewis, and then Andrew Palesci. Those drivers, Justin Lewis, Caldwell, and Palesci, are all teammates on 1320 Enterprises.
Be interesting here.
Matthew Wood's the interloper. Oh, yeah. Matthew Wood, good for him. The 21 continues to hold that spot, even though he was surrounded by 1320 Enterprise teammates. As they're three wide behind. That is Caldwell, Smalley back there in the 51 underneath the 20 of J.R. Houston, who holds his position. The 51 is in the outside lane.
There's not one driver in that scenario that wanted that to happen. You saw Pittman was the first one to back out on that high side, but Kyle Smalley is on an absolute mission, finds himself in the 8th position. He gets by Ramirez, who had a second place run last week, and he is now trying to chase down. Caution flag is out.
Aaron Jackson involved. Ty Bostic also, unfortunately, wound up involved as well. Bad luck for Bostic. Yep, he was up at the front. And in all that, Matthew Wood set the fastest time of the race, 19.02. And now those guys are on pit road.
We might see 20.
Let's see what happened to Ty Bostic on that. Boston at 22. He locks it up and then
Yep.
gets punted a little bit there.
That was about the best place possible you could have spun, though.
Yep, but without hitting the barrels. Came darn close to tagging those barrels. Sebastian on pit road getting a stop in, as looks like pretty much everybody's getting in. So with 68 laps left, you could conceivably, fuel-wise, you're going to make it, but it's really about tire wear.
Yep.
Now that has completely changed the front row.
Yeah, that's going to change things up just a little bit. We'll see how these guys will do it. We haven't seen these guys in the lead today.
Look who's third.
We're going to find out. Yeah. That's exactly where he needs to be.
Kyle Smalley finds himself back up in third. Aiden Kirker in 39 finds himself up in front now. We are at lap 133. Most of the guys in the top 5 pitted last. They were between lap 90 to lap 67 for Pittman. So I got a little age on those tires, but we've had so many cautions, they just haven't had the wear. All right, green flag flies here in Martinsville, back underway. Aiden Kirker finds himself in clean air with on the hunt behind the 51 of Kyle Smalley there. He's locked in a battle with his teammate. They're door to door for second. Good racing here between these two teammates. The 51 drifts up just a little bit. And they're still door to door here. Can't hear you, Noah. Caution's out. Looks like Cody Sturgill has gone around the 64. That brings out a caution here. Yep, no, I cannot hear you, buddy.
Nope, I'm back. I texted you. I had to be right back. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
You're good. But caution 19. We're still chipping away.
Yes, we are.
We'll get there. We're just enjoying the beautiful Virginia mountains.
Yeah, we saw some great door-to-door racing here with teammates between Walker Thomas and Kyle Smalley. That was a blast. All right, see the 64 of Cody Sturgill coming onto pit road on that little incident, but Aiden Kirker still has the lead. He'll be battling in that same position again. Right now, J.R. Houston is up there. He'll be in the 4th position, as is Aiden Lucas in 5th. and Roberto Ramirez. Roberto Ramirez and J.R. Houston, both teammates. But so far, so good. Just 60 laps left to go here at Martinsville.
We're chipping laps away. Aiden Kirker, Walker Thomas, that's your row one. We'll see what these boys can do in giving the lead.
All right, field is forming back up. All right, green flag flies.
Good run for Kirker, holding on to the lead here, and that side-by-side battle is what he wants to see. However, I don't think he wants to see it with Kyle Smalley in his rearview mirror.
Well, if he just continues to battle his teammate there, Walker Thomas, that's not a bad thing for Aiden. But no, he backs out this time, and Walker Thomas makes a run at the lead, and caution flies again. Jordan Weaver may have been around again. I don't see anything particular that is in my telemetry as to what happened there.
See if we can go back and find what happened. One of those games today of find the caution. It looked like it happened with the 45 of Weaver. Yeah, it looks like it was a 45 of Weaver going around. Well, barely.
Looks like there was a little bit of contact, but we recovered. Yep, goes right around in front of the 11. No, that's the 15. That's Garrett Johnson right there. But does he hold it together? Tries to. Everybody's getting out of the way. The 64 goes low. The 23 goes around him. And he gets it back underway.
I'm kind of shocked that that was a caution there.
Yep. I didn't think anybody stopped on the track. Well, often the admins will put this in the hands of iRacing to call the cautions. We'll see. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see. All right, Aiden Kirker continues to lead as these laps are now just down to 53 here at Martinsville. Our 20th, there's a milestone right there, our 20th caution. All right, here we go again. Aiden Kirker is in charge, and there we go.
And let's keep on rolling. Kirker with a good jump to the inside line. He'll lead us down into turn one. We'll see if Smalley and Lucas will continue to battle for that position. See Thomas and Smalley. Lucas is behind them in the 34. He's under fire from J.R. Houston. Pete Tarts found his way back up into 7th. He's battling with Roberto Ramirez now. Just to the inside goes Thomas. He's now found his way into 2nd. He's cleared the 51. And it's on the one of Thomas. pass to the inside, closes the door, is Kirker.
Holding that.
Not wanting to lose the lead.
No, holding on to it, and they're actually breaking away a little bit. A little bit more drama happening behind. Got this side-by-side action between the 67 of Pete Tart and Roberto Ramirez as he goes under the 25 of Ramirez, takes over that spot and gains 6th. Matthew Woods trying to get back up front, and now he's back in 9th, trying to get around the 08 of Pittman.
Trying to do his best here. Wood really putting a lot of pressure on the 08. The 08's just been holding his line. Lock up from Roberto Ramirez from the 25. He'll keep it going, but that left front there, a lot of smoke pouring from the 25. Looks like Pittman may try to take the outside approach, but that opens the door for Wood.
Wood takes the inside on the 08. Roberto Ramirez locking up that right front again. These guys
Houston's having the same issue.
Yeah, these guys all have an opportunity to adjust the brake bias in their cars during pit stops, but you just never know how low you'll have to go to make it try to balance those brakes.
I just saw, I don't know if we could get a replay of it or not mid-race, but J.R. Houston shoved up the racetrack by the 67 of Pete Tart. Saved it, so we keep going. But he unfortunately will lose a fair amount of spots for that one.
Oh, right there. J.R. Houston going around. Oh!
Wreck.
Collected by Paleschi.
Wow. Really unfortunate for Paleschi. Had nowhere to go. Certainly an interesting spin there. See what happened. I was kind of confused at how he initially lost it. So there's Houston.
I think he just spun the tires. A little wheel spin right there. And now he's trying to recover.
Spins. And then is he still coming around at the... Yeah, still coming around at that point. And nowhere to... I mean, that for Paleschi, that's the best place he could have hit. Is directly on the front. He's got a little bit of crunch room there. No room for the 45 to go.
Well, had a good run there, but J.R. Houston was just in the wrong place, the wrong time, just got loose and paid the price. I think J.R. Houston actually has retired. I think he's had enough of Martinsville. Just a handful of retirees so far. J.R. Houston, Casey Herschel, Nathan Yarnell, David Watts is right now he's in the pits, parked it at the moment. All right, Aiden Kirker back up front. He's, well, still up front. He'll have the one of Walker Thomas to the outside, Kyle Smalley and Pete Tart surrounding, that's his teammate. So Aiden Kirker and Pete Tart are teammates in the 67 and the 39. As we're about to get this one back under green flag, here we go. Aiden Kirker leads this race. Thomas to the outside, 51 right there behind. Lots of pressure on that 39 from the Balls Out Racing team behind him. Oh, 43 of
A
Sammy
lot of
Harrell.
cars into the wall there.
Yeah, so the 43 of Sammy Harrell, all kinds of.
Caution. Looks like a fairly decent sized wreck in the back. There's Todd Merkel up into the outside retaining wall alongside Aiden Lucas.
Lucas
And
Merkel.
And a bad case of 3 wide is what it looked like.
Yep, Sammy Harrell is not happy. He's got some damage on that 43 as he weaves his way back up through traffic. See the 43 go high, wind up in the wall or near the wall. And come back down, pinching the. Oh, he stays out of it, but the car's behind him.
Yeah, I think it happened. Yeah, there you go, right there. So there's Lucas, there's Merkel, and then that just takes Merkel, Lucas, and Harrell up on the outside walls. Synchronized spinning.
A little nose contact on the 43. No real heavy damage, but unfortunately, all 3 drivers involved. All right, 22nd caution of the night.
They're ticking laps away.
Yep, 36 laps to go. Under normal conditions, that's about 3 laps a race, 10, 12 minutes of racing, but not here.
No, but we are ticking laps away. That's what is important. We're getting there. Just it's a question of when.
All right. Getting close. Well, thanks for hanging in with this IWM Cup Series event tonight. Just 35 or so laps left to finish tonight. Aiden Kirker out in front. He's got the number 1 of Pete Walker Thomas, who is outside door to door, and we're back under green flag. He did not get the jump he was probably hoping for. They either anticipated that jump or were just right on it. Johnny on the spot there.
Contact with the wall with the 1 of Thomas. Ripping around the outside line. Look at him trying to get the move done. Couldn't quite get it there.
Caution flies again.
Out.
That's Garrett Johnston in the back with the 93 of Bud Shearer also involved.
Well, yep. If you were listening to race control, you'd have just heard before this caution came out, race control said that we had just had our longest green flag run of the day. We've now had our 2 shortest. That's fantastic. It's the announcers and race control jinx. That's just how it goes.
Yep. Praise them, and then you got to take it back. 45 continues to have its challenges with connection issues there. That's Jordan Weaver. All right, we'll probably go back to green flag racing with less than 30 laps to go.
Where do you want to go this time by?
All right, lucky dog John Ledger gets his lap back. Well, a lap back. He is 14 laps down, unfortunately.
Singular, yep.
So we have 26 cars remaining on the lead lap here at Martinsville after 169 laps have taken place. Field will form up, I think, this time by. As we'll take the green flag next time, leaving us 29 laps to go to close out this event.
We're getting there.
We are. All right, again, Aiden Kirker continues to be in charge of this restart. And Matthew Woods making his presence known right there in row 2. Back underway.
Hey, now here we go back into turn 1 on lap 171. We are still ticking down the laps here at the paperclip. It is all Aiden Kirker looking for his first win this season, trying to pull it off, and he's seeing a lot of battles behind him. It's exactly what he wants. But Walker Thomas right there on the bumper, trying to give it to the 39, can't get it.
51 is door to door with
trouble
the
back straightaway. Pittman going around. That's Bostic making contact with him as well.
A lot of cars not pointing in the right direction here. 17 has gone around. The 08, 22.
12 of Jackson as well.
99 Marco Ruby finds himself again in another incident.
We can go back and see what happened here. So there's the 08 of Pittman. It looks like that's where it started. So there's Ramirez already loose there, so it looks like it's just a stack up. So you can see Pittman goes down low. And I think in an effort to try to get, he just tried to get it back up the track and just lost it.
Of course, the 22 had tried to stay low and avoid him, but yep,
That's a big hit for the 08.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage on that car, but he should be able to hammer it out in the pits. We'll see. All right, Aiden Kirker continues to lead, and John Ledger gets another lap back. So Kirker's going to be just fine on fuel. Close out this event with just 25 laps to go. Well, after the race, we will have interviews with the top 3 drivers. Also, kind of recap what has happened tonight. Award our Hard Charger Award, as well as give you stats on who was the fastest lap, who led the most laps. Where is that information? Give us our lap leaders here. Justin Lewis led 68 laps. Kyle Smalley 62, and then Aiden Kirker 46.
And if Kirker can lead the rest of the way, he'll nab that spot for most laps led.
He will, yep. Just by a whisker.
Unfortunate day for Pittman and Bostic, both of them having really good runs before they got up to the front. Aiden Kirker leads us back to green. Got a good jump there on the inside. He will lead us down into turn 1.
Man, with the field was bunched up, just tight together there on that restart. 21 of Matthew Wood trying desperately to get under there, trying to get the position.
Locks it up.
Does lock it up, gets a little loose, still holding on, but not by much. The one and the caution flies again.
On the front straightaway, big wreck happening. It's Pileshi with very heavy front end damage.
43 goes around as well. Harold Paleschi and the Ada Burnett involved.
What is the great Denny Hamlin would say? That's just short track racing.
You know, I think we actually have that.
Short track racing.
Yep, exactly what it is. And unfortunate, they're from one of the greatest sound bites ever. And of course, it comes from Martinsville. But that's caution 25.
Yep, with 20 laps to go, they may break the record here.
Yeah, mercy and grace.
27 is our most cautions ever at an event. We're mighty close.
To 26, how many?
We're at 25. 27 was the most cautions.
27.
26 was last week. 27 was our most.
Was 26 for the INRS race, or was that for the... I don't think the IWM had that many.
No, it was the
cautions.
INRS.
Okay,
At Martinsville.
I was going to say, that race was a lot cleaner than I remember it.
Yep. See, IRS, they had a lot of cautions at the beginning, but after a while, it began to settle down. Towards the end, they ran some great racing. All right, now just 19 laps to go so far. Of course, we'll get restarted in a couple, so down to maybe 17 to finish. But Matthew Wood continues to battle. The big news really is if you look at the biggest gainers, Aiden Kirker. He's up in front. He's up 21 spots from qualifying.
Done really good and finds himself in the lead. We saw that kind of with Roberto Ramirez last week, too. He kind of did the same thing. Had a good run up to the front.
Yep. Roberto Ramirez now also the second best mover, up plus 17.
All right. Kirker elected the outside that time. Let's go back to green. A good jump for Kirker in the one.
Justin Lewis, a little bit of tap. I think he may have a tap on the back of the 51, but no.
Oh! Out of the inside, leaders going up the racetrack. Thomas and Kirker spin. Caution flag out on the speedway.
That puts Matthew Wood in charge now.
And I think it was only a matter of time before we saw something like that. Give it up for caution 26, and it's the leaders.
Man.
Spinning in front of the field in turn 3, Kirker and Thomas.
Let's just
going
dissect
around
that one a little more closely than we have so far.
Yeah, Kirker did not get the run that he needed at all off the corner. You can see his car did not carry like he wanted to. Here's Thomas ducking down to the inside.
Yeah, pinched him down a little bit.
Just a little bit. I do think that initially it was ambitious by the one to go that early. Because, I mean, he's ducking down there. That's halfway down the straightaway. That, I think, I mean, that's the usual.
Yeah, but the
39 somewhat. He's still moving down the track by the time the one's there.
Yeah, I don't think he was clear.
No. And I think, yeah, I mean, that was a very defensive move. Had he moved a couple seconds earlier, he probably would have had it.
Well, that's put the one in the bag. Now, we don't know what's happening with iRacing, not iRacing so much as the league and the admins as to what they'll do at this point. Certainly that was a block by, appeared to be the block by the 39 to try and close down on the number one of Walker Thomas. Unfortunately, a little late, wasn't clear. So
almost had it. Just unfortunately could not get there in time.
Now that does put the 21 of Matthew Wood out in front. He's got the 51 of Kyle Smalley to his outside with just 13 laps to go. 12 at the flag stand. All right, good job. Oh, the 51 gets caught and spins tires. Winds up in the back. He's now 3 wide and deep back in 11th. Big mistake there. I think. Going around is the 15 of Garrett Johnson.
Oh, big wreck in the back.
Caution's going to come out. Paleshi involved. Jeremy Brown, Aiden Kirker also wrecking.
Harold, Paleshi, Johnston, a lot of cars going around there. And we have tied the caution record. Unfortunately, it comes at the cost of a lot of good race cars that were making their way back up through the field.
Wow.
That was a very violent wreck.
We got a couple of things to look at on that restart. Let's first go back to what happened with the 51, see if we can get all this in on the... So we're watching the 51 here on this restart.
So it's not going yet. They're not in the zone. It looks like they got a shot there. And there's another. Yeah, it looks like he just didn't go.
Well, I think he spun the tires right there.
Yeah, he's still lagging behind pretty heavily there. Very lucky he didn't bring out a caution there. Really good car control. So almost 4 wide. Yeah, 4 wide right there. Somehow, everybody keeps it clean.
All right, so that happened at the start. Now let's go back and see what happened later with the drama that happened at the back. Let's go back and look at Paleshi here. So that the 15, so his contact with the 15 and the 34. I think it's just a stack up of what happened with the 51, and kind of like a ripple effect all the way back through the field. You see the 39 to the inside of the 91. You see Sammy Harrell on the outside. Those cars are all involved. There you go. You see that's the 15 of Garrett Johnson going around. See the 39, the 34.
Yep.
And it rains, it pours for some of these guys. Wow. All right. Where are we at? We back to green? We missed a restart.
Yeah. But it is Matthew Wood to the lead. Trying to hold off the 7, I believe.
Yeah, yep. Justin Lewis finds himself there hoping for a win.
Off the curb goes the 21.
7 laps to go.
He is locking up bad.
And caution flies.
Running out. Caution.
Cody Sturgill involved.
Ruby Pittman.
Jordan Weaver. Marco Berube. Well, that leaves it with 5 laps to go. We'll see if we can get back. Well, we get back to a restart. We should. Before having to use our green-white checkers. All All right, this is a great position to be in if you're Matthew Wood.
It absolutely is. You control the pace of the race from here on out, which I believe if we go back to green next time by, we will restart with 2 laps to go.
Yep.
Which won't be a green-white checkered.
Correct.
It won't be overtime.
And all they need to do is hold it together.
Yep.
And we'll crown a champion here at Martinsville. John Ledger gets another lap down. He's now in the single digits.
Yep. So we may restart with 199 to go. We may actually push it to overtime.
As lights are still on the pace car at 197. We'll catch 198. Hopefully that goes off at 198. And they'll go back to green at lap 199. That's what's going to happen.
All right. Get this show on the road. We may restart. It may be a green-white checkered.
That's how it's looking to be.
They said race control says that it's 2 laps to go when we go back to green. Here we go. For all the marbles, good jump from Wood. Green flag is out.
25, Roberto Ramirez tries to get under the 7 there, take away that position. Justin Lewis holds on to it as these guys race back, hopefully to catch that white flag. 2 to go.
This is the white.
White flag is out. There is some wreck in the back with Ty Bostic, Aaron Jackson, but white flag is out. This is the race.
Front straightaway completely blocked off. This may be the race right here. Lewis, final chance to get anything done. Looks like it won't happen. Matthew David Wood wins his first of the season here at Martinsville in a chaotic one.
It's like that will put... I'm waiting for the telemetry to catch up. But Matthew Wood wins here at Martinsville.
I will say, good run for Roberto Ramirez. Had pretty much the same thing last week. Came up from 24th to finish 3rd. But what a run for Matthew David Wood. Heartbreaker last week, just couldn't close it. And now is a winner at Martinsville.
All right, as soon as we get those drivers in the weight room, we'll bring that to you. But in the meantime, let's look at our results here for the race. All right, Matthew Wood wins 18 total laps led. Justin Lewis right behind him in position number 2. And Roberto Ramirez there in 3rd. He also wins our Hard Charger Award with picking up 21 positions. Most laps led does go to Justin Lewis with 67. But Matthew Wood did have that smoking time of 19.023. He wins the fastest lap award. Our pole winner was Justin Lewis, and he finished 2nd, so not a bad finish for the number 7.
Not at all, and a pretty consistent top 5 here. A new driver that we saw break on to the scene. First race of the year is Pete Tart from P14. Was up and down through this field, but he finds himself in the 5th place spot going down through the rest of it. Walker Thomas in 6th, Jared Wish in 7th. Kyle Smiley, a good rebound for the 51 team. They'll finish in 8th. Michael Anthony in 9th, and Austin Call finishes 10th.
All right, let's go back a little bit here to position. Come on, telemetry, catch up. Bud Shearer finishes in 11th. Garrett Johnson in 12th. Ty Bostic in 13th. Christoph Hall in 14th. Jordan Weaver in 15th. Andrew Pileshi in 16th. Ryan Pittman in 17th. Cody Sturgill in 18th. Chuck Van Scoik in 19th. And Aiden Lucas finishes in 20th.
Back down looking through 21st, it's Aaron Jackson, Marco Berube, Todd Merkel, John Ledger, Sammy Harrell, Jeremy Brown, Aiden Kirker, Maurice Burnett, J.R. Houston, and Casey Herschel.
Rounding out the field, Nathan Yarnell and David Watts. All right, with that, we should have our interviewees, at least with, let's grab Roberto Ramirez, bring him into the interview room. Let's grab Roberto. All right, Roberto, congratulations. Heck of a race here. You made your way up and 20-plus spots. Congratulations on P3.
Yeah, I guess there's just something about that 24th starting spot. It's been good to me the last couple of weeks. But, yeah, really happy to get another top 3. Just stacking some good finishes now. And, yeah, it feels good. Obviously, like I said last week, start of the season didn't get off too hot, but second straight top 3 finish, so I'll take it.
Coming together, absolutely.
You had a good one last week at Darlington there, obviously coming back up through the field kind of like you did today. Does this only fuel that hunger that you have to keep fighting for wins here? Because you've been one of the more competitive cars. Does it only add to that fire?
Yeah, for sure. I think, just obviously it's a long season, and I think it's good to just know that I can do it, I guess. I had so many rough races last season and even start this year that you almost wonder, like, you get in the top 10 and you're like, okay, what's going to go wrong now? And, the last 3 races have kind of shown me that I'm capable of holding on and just, haven't qualified the best and trying to just lock in and, not take myself out of races. And that's the biggest thing. As long as I can have a relatively clean race, which I did get in the 12 car today, so I'm sorry about that. But as long as I can have a relatively clean race, positions just kind of come to you, and I think that's kind of what happened towards the end.
Well, congratulations on your finish. Any shout-outs tonight?
Just want to shout out my parents. I actually sent them the link to the broadcast this week, so hope you guys are watching. Happy Arizona basketball's in the Final Four. That's my personal shout out, and just waiting for my wrist to heal up so I can get back to work. Legacy Motor Club. I don't know if maybe Casey's watching since he didn't finish the race, but just hopefully I can be back there soon, and happy the season's on the right foot. Shout out to everyone up there for racing clean as well.
There you go. That's Roberto Ramirez finishing here third in our Cookout 200 here at Martinsville. Well, good luck to you, Roberto. We'll see you not next week, but the week after in Bristol.
Yeah, thank you guys. Enjoy the week off, and as always, thanks for the broadcast. Appreciate y'all.
You got it. All right, with that, we'll grab our second place finisher. That's Justin Lewis.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you, Justin?
Give me 2 seconds here. 1 second.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Justin was our pole sitter.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to put a patch on my wife.
No worries.
She's been waiting on me forever. So I was like, hold on, give me a second.
Yep. She definitely comes in before us. We get that. You started out well. You're up there, pole sitter, and then had a little bit of a challenge there somewhere in the middle of the race where you wound up in the back in some incidents, and then you clawed your way back.
Yeah, if there's one thing I know how to do on Wednesday nights, particularly in this league, that's mess up a good thing. For some reason, I don't know, I was trying to back the entry up with Smalley kind of hunting me, which I knew that was going to be pretty tight, but I wasn't really that worried about it because I felt like I could pick the pace up. And for some reason, I don't know, I just had a really good, like, smooth entry. The exit or the middle of that corner was really good, and I just clipped the curb, kind of where it like jolts back out and then cuts back in. And the way she went, I'm like, this is going to be the start of my hell. So really after that, it turned to crap pretty quick. We did that, had to go to the back. One of the heads like, well, we're already back here. Let's throw a set of tires on. So I throw a set of tires on, go to the back, get up like 5-6 cars. Everyone's braking points were, and just the speed difference is so different. Tried to not kill a car, locked it up, got in the fence, had like a minute of damage. And at that point, I was like, well, you know what? Let's throw another set of tires on. So that's all I was doing, just trying to keep getting something to mix it up. And honestly, all that damage I didn't get fixed. I still had probably 30 seconds at least. And then who knows whatever I had after that one deal where I got kind of hit from a guy doing what I did earlier, trying to avoid a car. But yeah, I don't know. This one hurts. Just because this is one of my favorite racetracks on here, but it's not as fun when we go caution after caution. It depends on the group you get anymore with the short track stuff. I mean, this group's fairly decent with Bristol, but when it comes to here, we got some things to work on, that's for sure. Shout out to Elliot for giving it a shot.
Martinsville is just not easy, no matter who the races are, but it was particularly challenging for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing for me is just trying to, it's so hard when I mean, it's not just me by any means, but like all of us that are up front, and like the speed difference gets so different quickly. And then if you throw the new tire aspect to old tires, like it gets really sketchy really quick, just with how, those guys that may run a half second to 3/4 of a second off the pace, that's a lot in this car. So their braking points are 3-4 car lengths, and that's a lot of racetrack here. So I felt like it was kind of most of the same things. I mean, I've had my fair share of little tidbits with people throughout the race, just because it just gets annoying running under yellow. And as hard as you try, it seems like you could preach before the race, and it still happens the same way, where once the first one hits, they all hit. I honestly feel like I might have started the melee when I self-spun. I felt like we could have went green for a minute, but all in all, I'll take second. I just wish I could have won that. I'm just an all-star winner in this league. I'd like to finally pull off some actual point-paying wins and maybe get the first playoff point or whatever you want to call it at this point, because I have yet to get one to this point in the series. So,
well, you were close.
Yeah, we're going to what, Bristol not next week, but the week after.
Yep, we'll be in Bristol. That should be a lot of fun.
Hopefully, they messed that racetrack up a little bit in the past updates. It's more of a bottom racetrack now, so you got to really, really get the top worked in with laps. So if we don't get laps, it's not going to be there, and it's kind of a pain to work. So hopefully we can do better there. I love short tracks, and I'm honestly one of the people that, for the broadcast who's still listening, sorry, I preached and preached and preached to get these things on the schedule, because this is my bread and butter. Like, I'm a short track guy. Like, I can run everywhere, but like, this is my stuff, and I love doing this stuff. But really, since this generation of car, this place has been a caution fest on iRacing, and honestly, I wish we could just go back to the Gen 6 and run all those on short tracks. I felt like that was the good car for it, at least for on here, and we'd all be probably pretty happy. But all in all, second's good. Congrats to Wood. I kind of gave him a shout that like I could have gave it to you how my night went, but I was like, I didn't want that on me. So yeah, team had a good night. Looked like some of the guys that we needed to catch up on points had some kind of mediocre nights. So that's what we need as a group, as me, as my own point standings, and hopefully we can carry into Bristol.
Sounds good. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you guys, for, as always, a great broadcast. I hope you had something good to talk about, a podcast to listen to while we were racing, something to keep you entertained. I tried to make it interesting as I could. I was passing so many cars on the outside, I started to think that was the racing groove. And then, of course, Elliot for giving it a shot. Hopefully he knows that well, I know not all of us love this, but we appreciate the short tracks. So hopefully he keeps that going. He says he is. And then my 1320 gang for sticking it out there. A lot of us had kind of the same deal, but we all kind of still pulled off something fairly decent, I think, besides Andrew and, of course, poor Todd at the end. So, yeah, we'll go to Bristol, another track we're good at, and hopefully be one spot better.
You got it. All right, there's our second place finisher tonight, Justin Lewis here at Martinsville, and we'll grab our winner tonight. Matthew's probably just sitting in that waiting room saying, hey, when are you going to talk to me? So we'll bring Matthew Wood here into the winner's circle here. Matthew, congratulations on the win here at Martinsville. Man, I tell you, you were hard charging. You were trying to look at any way to get around and get up to the front.
Yeah, I'm just glad that one's over. I had to use the bathroom so bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried to find the porta potty in the infield and couldn't find it. So, no, but I'd done 400 laps here in an open with Outlier Speed Co. I thank them for picking the best setups on iRacing. They do an incredible job with me. They've helped me a lot, but you know, the fixed setup, it's like you're driving a completely different car. You're used to something for so long, and then you move to a different setup, and it's just completely different. So I was having a lot of trouble locking the left front on both ends of the racetrack, and then getting it turned off exit. I just couldn't get it turned, but I finally figured it out a little bit. But going through the field, just trying to keep myself out of trouble, I think I wrecked somebody, and I do apologize to everyone involved in that. I just came up and, thought I had enough room coming off the corner, and that's about the third time I've done that this week. So I don't know why I keep doing that, but that was one of many. I won the over/under. No, I lost the over/under. I said it was going to be under 27. It was 29. I think I lost that bet. But
where did we finish? Let me just go back to the cautions. Hang on, let me turn off that information.
I think it was 29, I think.
28 cautions.
I missed that by 1, 2. You gotta be kidding me. But no, we definitely had a fast goat racing car today. But driving through the field, I cannot thank the 7 enough. I mean, Justin, he could have absolutely shipped me going into the final corner, or even the corner before that, but he absolutely did not. And driving like that really does come back around to you. And I try my best to do that with a lot of people. And sometimes I make mistakes, and when I do, I own up to it. And in the moment when that accident happened, I tried to, and I just got to understand what I do wrong in those situations.
Got it. Well, congratulations on your win. Shout outs tonight.
Again, just Justin and all the GOAT guys. We are all. It's just a fun time in there. Thank you to everybody that supports this broadcast every week, and even if you're new here, we got to thank Outlier again. Just an incredible group of guys. Thank God for sending Jesus Christ down for all of us, and we'll go on to Bristol at 250 laps and try to win another short track.
Got it. Well, there you go, folks. That's Matthew David Wood winning his second event here. First, he did it on a road course. Now here we go, back in a short track. Congratulations to Matthew. And no, overall, a caution fest, no doubt, but not terrible.
Yeah, it was one of the races of all time. Definitely was eventful for sure. We did have some good racing, I will say that. When we got down to the closing laps, there was some good battles for the lead. We saw that wreck for the lead between with Thomas. But just an eventful night, but some great racing was had. Bristol's going to be eventful next week. Hopefully it's a little bit more clean than this, and we'll keep it under 29 cautions next time.
That would be a wonderful thing. All right, so for Noah and myself, thank you for tuning in tonight to the IWM broadcast of the Cookout 200 here in the IWM Cup Series. Your winner, Matthew Wood, takes it home and chalks up his second win of the season. Again, we're off next Wednesday, but we'll be back following that for our Bristol race. So for all of us here at IWM, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Good night.